Hey everybody. I just thought it'd be important to document this today and vlog about it because I'm doing something that my mother would definitely disapprove of, and something I've only done one other time in my life, and that is canceling a telephone interview. And so today I did it 15 minutes before I was supposed to get started, and the time before that, I had actually given a 24-hour notice. I guess I just decided after I looked up the profile on LinkedIn, and I saw the characteristics and the history of the person who had been to an important business school and was a major athlete in the Ironman competition. I just thought this is not going to be the kind of work environment that's going to be comfortable for me, and it's not going to be a place where I'm desired and valued. And so without any kind of excuse, I just canceled the interview 15 minutes before. And so I've had so many traumatic interviews last year. You know, there were just so many awkward moments. There was one 3-step progress. Anyway, there was one employer that had a 3-step interview process where I had progressively longer interviews, and the end result was culminating with him. And then after that was over, he submitted a skills test, which was sent these documents. I guess it was a credit card statement, but it wasn't the entire statement, and wanted me to create a profit and loss statement out of it. And then he just said, "I want to see how your brain works," which I was offended by that. I just thought, what is this? I'm not a science experiment, and you aren't God. What are you? I just thought that was rude. I mean, I guess you can ask anything you want of people, but you can't expect them to get in line. And maybe that's, on my end. And so I just told him, no, I wasn't going to do it. And I was, opting out of the interview process. And his end of the interview was kind of brutal. And I felt unnecessarily so. He was a bit harsh. And seemed to enjoy it. I guess that was the part. But I kind of got the feeling that after I turned him down for the incomplete documents and then try to concoct some kind of statement, just kind of vague instructions. I guess he was trying to see what kind of questions you would ask or whatever. And so I instantly just decided I do not want to play along with this. Even though I thought it would be a good fit, and I liked the 2 people from the company that I met, but they also confirmed some impressions that I had about him and the company, and he was a son taking over a family business from his father. So he had been to Stanford Business School and graduated from there, so instantly he thought he was, a genius, and he was a pretty cool guy. But I just felt like you lack people skills and you lack intuition and empathy. And so I was concerned about that. And so I actually got he asked me why I opted out and why I chose not to pursue the position. And so I told him why. And he didn't respond. But I got the feeling that probably he wanted to hire me for the position, but he just kept, raising the stakes and trying to make it sound like, there was all this competition. And so I don't respond well to those kind of challenges. I'm not a very competitive person, or if I am, it's not, I'm not gonna, if you say jump, I'm not gonna say how high. I may be thinking how high and I may want to impress you, but I'm going to keep it to myself and I'm not going to act too overeager because that's just me. So anyway, I passed on the interview, and I had another opportunity to get a potential housekeeping client, but that person, when I was across the street from, I'm assuming where they were living, which I couldn't confirm because they wouldn't give me the full address, I get a text message canceling, telling me the fiance is not there, so she can't have anybody else in the house with her. And so could I reschedule for Sunday, which I didn't want to do. So I just blocked her and deleted the message, and I didn't respond because she had ghosted me another time earlier. And so when she reached out to me and wanted to schedule an appointment, I took her for real. But I just thought it's not worth pursuing. And I don't need a beat down from people who expect my time to be gratis for them over and over again, and then try to drive down the price and get a cheap price. And so I've just been pivoting this week, trying to go with and roll with a lot of stuff. Like if I get a housekeeping client, I'll go with that. If I get this job interview, I'll try to go with that. But then the more I delved into what the actual company was, and because I looked at the job description and there were a lot of holes there, which can create a problem. But a lot of times it's a problem as well in an interview situation. You're confronting them on it, which I noticed both of the recruiters were sitting in on the meeting. And so the woman, female recruiter, had gone ahead and told the business owner that I was guaranteeing to, seamlessly take over the job or step into the position and provide value immediately, even though we had never met. She'd never laid eyes on me. We had never spoken to each other. And so I was feeling some kind of way about that. It's expecting you to just basically be a person that takes orders, and that's not the way I do my job. And I don't mind taking the responsibility, which I'm happy to do, but I am not going to be given orders, and I'm not going to have somebody, over me. So I guess I've put a line in the sand, and so I don't know what to tell the universe from here on out. Because I need to have some extra income coming in, and I'd like it to be here on YouTube, but things aren't really panning out. And so I guess I'm going to keep posting and talking about things that are real for me with authenticity as the best that I can. And hopefully I'll start to get some followers and some subscribers. I am getting a few views, but nothing substantial. So it's been a couple of serious weeks. So it hasn't been full on for a while. So hopefully things will gradually and hopefully soon start to develop. Thanks for listening. If you feel so inclined, I'd appreciate you like and subscribe so you can get more of my posts. I have a lot of ideas of things that I do want to share, and I have a lot of funny stories for interviews, and just in life, some fun stories from things I've experienced. So thank you all for listening. Thank you for your time, and God bless.